Guys, welcome back, Mr. R. Yes, I am 2 minutes later than I wanted to be, but that's a lot better than it has been. I've been having a hard time making the schedule locked in, dude. I'm sorry about that, but we're here. We got like less than 7 hours of double XP left. It's underneath my big old noggin. And we've got something new, baby. I believe subclassing's here. I did jump one last night to pick up the dailies, and in the process of picking up dailies, I did just snag the quest from the guild store. I did nothing else. That's it. I noticed there's a slight change in the UI, like names in the top left, that kind of stuff. There's an adjustment to a handful of things in the UI, and it looks clean. It looks OG. It almost brings back, yeah, number one over there. Yeah, I see you. Oddly, dude, the UI, like the bars, the stamina bars, all that kind of stuff, it reminds me so much of what Elder Scrolls was when it first came out, almost. Like freaking 10 years ago type UI feeling. And I don't think it's like exact. I don't remember quite what it looked like. That was freaking 10 years ago, but it's definitely reminiscent of it, if not like pretty much back to where it used to be. So that's cool. Where are we going? Talk to so-and-so at hunting? I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Dude, we're gonna jump right into this. We're doing the subclassing thing. I don't know exactly what it's gonna entail. I didn't watch any videos on it, so we're gonna be learning here hand in hand together today. Which is, I'm sure it's gonna be self-explanatory. If Ricky Bobby taught you anything, it's if you were not first, you're last. I learned how to shake and bake, but, you know, we're all a little bit different. Wow. Look at the dense amount of players just standing there talking to this guy.
Your reputation precedes you. I have heard the tale of your conflict with Molag Bal. Your sacrifice to save Tamriel. Impressive. Now perhaps you wish to take the next step.
Is she a muscle mommy?
In your travels you have honed your skills. But a wealth of magical and martial disciplines exist across Tamriel. I have walked many paths.
What?
Learned many things.
Wait, is she telling me that she already does subclassing? Is she that cool?
I will show you how to teach yourself. How to open yourself up to the ways of the ardent flame. The learnings of the Grave Lords. How to wield curative rune forms or grasp the balance of the green.
Ooh.
All these, and more, are possible in time.
I think Ari's mastered the balance of the green. Dude, you're freaking sharp as attack as always.
Like the ways of the Unsay, the sword saints of old, each discipline requires focus, drive, will. Those who choose to perfect these styles are among the greatest adventurers in the world.
Whoa.
Who knows? Perhaps one day you may master them all.
Let's freaking do it. Queen, good morning to you. I hope... Dude, today's a crazy time to re-download Elder Scrolls after a break. Today's like the start of Update 46, which is subclassing. It's gonna be... I don't know. Dude, there's a lot. There's a new world. There's a big open, like, massive server-wide event happening. Like, there's so much going on in the game right now. It's probably gonna be a little overwhelming, but... Nice, dude.
Very
nice.
well. Before you begin your tutelage, what disciplines would you like to discuss?
I don't know.
There are many to choose from. The study of the high arcane, the duality of light and dark, perhaps, or the powers of the natural world.
I want to know what Gravelord is, so maybe like light and dark. You definitely make some wild class combos like a priest necromancer. How did you how do you do this? How do you read my mind? Yeah, so my primary class is a Templar. That's where we're starting all this. So the Templar, I believe I want to mix with the necromancy skill tree of Gravelord. And I'm thinking, gosh darn it, I don't know what the third subclass is going to end up being. I might just take like the pet skill tree or like the companion tree from the Warden. Just for like funsies, so I could be a bird and fly around. But like the Nightblade tree would be so cool. Honestly, every single class would go very well, and I don't know what I want to do yet. So we're gonna, we're messing around here.
The Void calls. the end of all things, while the light of hope casts back the darkness. Two sides of the same coin. Would you like to know about the Shadow Walkers known as Nightblades? Or the Light Bearers called Templars?
Alright, let's jump into Nightblades here, I think.
Ah, stealthy fighters in darkness like the Vardenfell mercenary Miriolendus. Their martial skills focus on the arts of assassination and shadow, allowing an approach unseen and a merciless blade to end their foes.
I mean, we know about these classes. What else can you tell me?
They reach for the shadow most with their skills of siphoning. They call to the blood itself, cursing their enemies or drawing out life essence to heal wounds. Diabolical art.
Alright, yeah, I think we could choose it. Queen, the unlock a style to apply is like a visual adjustment to your skills. So there's different colors, essentially. Like, it doesn't like change the foundation of the skill at all. It just like changes the color of that skill. Like, for example, the Dragon Knight, I think, has one where he breathes fire out, right? Instead of being red fire, it's like blue fire, excuse me. And there's a handful of stuff like that. The sorcerer has something where he turns all his pets red. The weapon and guild skills have adjustments to their colors. Like, I think there's a blue color change for like resolve. Well, what's that skill? The one stamina healing skill from the assault skill tree, that instead of being green, it will turn to blue. There's all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of different colors, but it doesn't physically change the skill at all. Like, it doesn't adjust how it affects you. It doesn't, like, you know.
Hold the disciplines you wish to study in your mind.
Yes.
Feel their power in your heart, and reach out with your thoughts. The path to learning these new skills begins with but a single step.
Dude, Queen, you have to let me know what you decide to mess around with, because, like I said, I haven't looked up anything. I haven't watched any videos. I've watched, like, a couple of videos of, like, people being like, oh, I hit 329,000 DPS on the public test server with the freaking Arcanist, or, like, and I looked at that, but other than that, I haven't really seen anything else. I've tried to avoid spoilers and stuff like that. I don't know anything about the new world, other than the fact that the world is divided by a massive wall of human souls, and that human souls wall needs to be broken down with a public event that is server-wide over like an extended period of time. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, baby. All right, so we're going to trade out Restoring Light, I think. Why'd I have to do that voice? Oh, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. Okay. Necromancer. Bone Lord. How do I, like... Oh. Okay. Alright. Sorry. So, I just replaced Restoring Light. It's that easy, I guess. You just replace Restoring Light or whatever tree you want with, say, Gravelord, for example. And... like, gosh darn it, this is my dilemma. Excuse me. I'm a little stuffy today. Adric's Spear has such good passives. Like, look at this, dude. Increases crit damage done by 12% with an Adric's Spear ability slotted. We get minor Berserk and minor protections when activating an Adric's Spear. Like, that's crazy good, dude. And then you've got Burning Light, which just deals flat extra damage. And then you have Balanced Warrior, which is a flat increase to your weapon and spell damage and armor by 6%. Like, this is such an amazing passive tree. My dilemma is that Dawn's Wrath has generating ultimate applied in the passive skill tree. You get minor sorcery, which is very uncommon in the game, and then you can get like reduced cost of your abilities. Like, this is a very good tree passively, but this execute, bro, this execute apparently is 3.8 seconds. Okay, I thought it was longer than 3.8 seconds. I thought it was like 4.8 seconds in the PTS, but I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. Regardless, this got adjusted, and it's now direct damage as well. So it's no longer damage over time, which complicates things just a smidge, but I think it's going to be amazing. And interestingly, it's a channeled ability still, so like Deadly still applies to it. And then you've got the primary spammable, which is Jabs, right? And Jabs is direct damage already, and still a channeled ability. Like, so they pair very well together, and Radiant Oppression is very similar to how the beam from the Arcanist rolls now, which is not damage over time anymore. It is a channeled ability still, but it is direct damage. So, and it's also like magic over time as well. So instead of costing like a flat like 3,000 or 4,000 magic to cast once, if you cancel it early, you're not losing any of your magic. It is 0.7 second cast time, or cost per cast time. Whatever I'm trying to say. It costs magic per second now rather than a flat magic. So like you can cast this for a quarter of the duration and get reasonable sustain out of it. You don't have to worry about losing your magic and like being low on sustain. So man, it's tough. What else is there? I like that we get to read them from this menu. So we get extra crit chance when flanking enemies from this tree, the assassination tree. Not only that, but we get like mark target. Dude, oh my gosh. We get grim focus, which is an insane burst damage ability. We get mark target, which applies major breach. Like, and then we get, because that's single target though, but we can heal if we kill the target. Assassin's Blade is an execute, but we already have a freaking execute that's just way better. Let's be honest. The beam is so much better. We got Teleport Strike, which applies minor vulnerability, which is a new debuff that we don't necessarily have easy access to from the Templar. Veiled Strike. Like, there's so much going on. What are these passives? Major Resolve. Increases the duration of your non-invisibility based abilities. Siphoning. Drinking a potion gains ult. You know what I'm really interested in though? Is like Soul Shred on the back bar. Or no, not Soul Shred on the back bar. Hold on. Excuse me. Deathstroke. That's what Mafio said. Dude, Queen, I would love to take some time off work just to play this game, but I can't. I physically can't do it. I would if I could, but I can't. Unfortunately. So we're going to have to take our time with this. We're going to have to just ease into it over the next few days. But it's going to be good regardless. This is crazy right here. Deathstroke is such a crazy good ultimate ability because not only does it do a pretty decent amount of damage flat, but it increases the damage that they take by 20% for 8 seconds. And excuse me, I thought there was going to be a second one. There's a morph to this that allows you to gain ultimate back from each enemy you kill, which is crazy, dude. So you can, and it's passive too, so like it can go in the back bar. You can still gain the passive ult generation from it and not even have to use it or worry about it. Got what you need. Bitter Harvest. See, oh gosh darn. Gosh darn it. This is crazy too. We can siphon ultimate from bodies. I don't even think I'm concerned about Bitter Harvest. I think like Gravelord is so good because it's got damage over time. Well, dang it. Crit strike chance against enemies under 33% health. Like, it's crazy good. While a Gravelord spell ability is active, your pen is increased. Increases damage with damage over time effects by 5%. And I think it goes to 10 after you rank it up. So, like, is that really that good? Ernesto! I just started. I haven't even looked at the patch yet. Like, Frozen Colossus is a phenomenal ultimate. Applies major vulnerability, which is also not, it's not super hard to get your hands on, but it's not the most common thing. especially in like solo play. So like, I want to make a damage over time build, and I want to take Boneyard, and I want to rock like the morph to sacrificial bones that increases your damage over time abilities. Oh, specifically with necromancer abilities, they changed it. Oh, that's so much less fun. I'm not gonna lie. So what if we took like the burst form of blast bones? And then, so instead of damage over time, what if we took like Colossus, blast bones, potentially Boneyard just for supplementation? We'd get minor vulnerability from it too. Like, this is still very good, even if you're not considering, like, buffing your damage over time. And if we rock Deadly, just for the sake of, like, channeled abilities and stuff, like, this is technically a duration. I don't know if this counts. So, like, Sacrificial Bones is an interesting one. It deals a burst of damage at one moment. Excuse me. But when you cast it, it takes, like, 2.5 seconds for the skeleton to, like, go from, like, being summoned to leaping at the enemy. So I don't know if technically that's damage over time or channeled, but I feel like it's not. Channeled? I don't think so. Okay, so this is like the assassination skill tree is like calling my name right now. But let's hear me out. No, maybe not. I don't even think I'm interested in that Dragon Knight tree anymore. Draconic powers. Spiked armor, inhale. The Dragon Knight is almost feeling like it doesn't belong in subclassing. Just a little bit. The abilities go so well with one another that it's kind of hard to even consider changing it. And then you've got like passives that are very akin and specific to the Dragon Knight, like increases duration of Earth and Heart abilities. That doesn't affect anything else. What you really want are passives that apply to everything, that are generalized. And then there's this, though, Battle Roar. When you cast an ultimate ability, you restore all your resources as portions of what you spend in the ultimate. Like, that's crazy. Minor Brutality for 10 seconds? Like, dude, we're gonna really have to dig deep and spend some time into this to make a cool build. But for now, I think we just chuck something together for funsies. Right? Crystal Shards has a morph that allows it to do additional damage, like significantly more damage at like you have to cast an ability prior to it, and I'm pretty sure it has to be like a dark magic ability that allows it to proc that passive, but I'm not positive. Wow, that's a lot of shock damage. See, that's an execute too. I don't know if that's like something I need. Daedric summoning. We're getting there. Hold on. The Nightblade's screaming my name right now, but the Warden, dude. The Warden with the companion skill tree. Like, I would give everything just to be a freaking falcon and fly around. Like, it's so stupid to just, like, take this whole tree only for that. But I love, like, sprouting wings and just, and running at 100 miles an hour. Mr. Mavia, what up, brother? See, that's a worthless passive if I only take Falcon Swiftness. When you cast an animal ability while in combat, you generate ultimate every 8 seconds. Increases recoveries with an animal ability slotted. Increases crit damage for each ability slotted. I don't think that's really that good of a tree, man. Unless you're going to lean into it. And I wanted it to just supplement, and I don't know if it's that good of a supplement tree. Rad, good morning. Hello to you too, sir. What else does the Warden have? The Warden's got the Winter's Embrace, which is really not amazing for damage. And then you've got the freaking Arcanist as well. Like, you can't forget the Arcanist. Herald of the Tome has a freaking stupid amount of damage abilities. Like, the Unblinking Eye is just crazy. Fate Carver's a ridiculous ability. Sustain would be a mega issue, though, I think. We would have to run, like, if we're going to run anything Arcanist, I think we need to take this whole tree. I think we have to take the Imperfect Ring to, like, group enemies and stuff. I think we have to take the Inspiration for the Crux generation. Zach, thank you so much for following, sir. I think you have to take Abyssal Impact so that you can build Crux and, like, debuff enemies. I think you have to take Fate Carver. And the only thing you really... Unblinking Eye's a crazy good ultimate. I think you have to take that. And I think, yeah, you can probably dismiss Rune Blades. But still, yeah, I just started, dude. I haven't bought... Like, I wanted to play yesterday, but I couldn't. You got Soldier of Apocrypha, which... Alright. I don't think we're... For right now, we're just gonna yoink the Assassination skill tree. We're gonna throw Deathstroke on the back bar. We're gonna take Grim Focus. And... maybe Mark Target. But I think that we can take the one more from the Gravelord skill tree for an AoE form of Major Breach. So let's do it. Let's take Assassination. And what are we replacing? Am I replacing Dawn's Wrath? Gosh dang it. I'm going to lose my Execute, though. And Solar Barrage. Increases damage done with class abilities. I would imagine that applies to everything because there's been a couple of adjustments that specifically says that it increases like damage done with Gravelord abilities or just Necromancer abilities or whatever it is, right? So Solar Barrage sounds like it applies to all your class abilities. To me, that would be an incredible backbar ability just to chuck it on and then increase everything. So we could take the Execute. We would need another spammable, though, because essentially what we'd be doing is replacing Biting Jabs. But gosh darn it, the passives on this. The passives. I need another Execute. And no, I wouldn't need an Execute. I would need another spammable. Gosh darn it, I can't make up my mind. This is going to be so tough. There's a part of me that thinks that I should keep both Dawn's Wrath and Adric. But I really badly want the other one, too. Finished up Gold Coast, got your Executioner title last night. Very cool, dude. Hell yeah. What am I building? Yeah, it's meant to be like a DPS. I don't really have a specific general direction rather than... Or, well, specific direction rather than just generally going damage. I don't want to, like... I want to learn more before I think, like, I'm going to make a really niche class. So I just wanted to build something that's kind of, like, vague. And is, like, good at damage. I really would hate to drop Radiant Oppression. But, alright, hear me out. Sacrificial Bones is kind of a spammable. Sort of. And we would have Flame Skull as a spammable ability, and we could weave it with Veiled Strike, which is kind of a spammable. At least it is on the Nightblade. I don't really like this as a spammable too much. But this does have an Execute in it. Although it's not nearly as good of an Execute as the one from the Templar tree. I do think it's very good. This would grant Minor Savagery. Which is also kind of hard to get your hands on. Crit chance by every assassin ability slotted is increasing your chance to critically strike by 1.2% per active ability. Per ability. Oh, so 274 crit chance rating applies, or is equivalent to 1.2%, I think. I think that's what that means. I'm glad that's in there now. That didn't used to be there. That's some restoration. That's more crit chance. increasing your crit chance while flanking specifically by 3.3. Yeah, I'm glad that adds up with math. That's nice. All right. I really hate to drop Dawn's Wrath because I just think it's insane. I think it's so good. And I really wanted to try this new oppression ability because it did get changed. I think that I'm going to take Assassination in its place. And we're going to keep, we have to keep Adric's Spear. I don't believe we have a choice. What are your thoughts on a DK Necro tank? Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. I think tanking is going to be just crazy. Like, the ability to just not die is through the roof now. I'm almost positive you cannot remove Adric's Spear now. Like, let me just test it. Alright, let's just like... Yeah. Okay, you must have one skill line from your primary class equipped at all times. Yeah, I thought so. Does that... Do I just like... Okay. If you choose subclass Gravelord and Assassination, you cannot stop subclassing them. Upon reaching rank 50, a skill line is considered master. What does that mean? You cannot stop subclassing them. Upon reaching rank 50, a skill line is considered mastered and no longer counts against your subclass limit. At any time, primary... What? A skill line is considered mastered and no longer counts against your subclass limit. What does that mean? At any time, primary class lines, mastered skill lines, and your chosen subclassed skill lines may be equipped or unequipped via respecification. What a word, dude. Respecification. I think they made that up. Okay, so I think what that means is essentially, once I equip these two skill lines, I cannot take them off until they're maxed out at level 50. When you equip any skill lines, you will be refunded for any skill points spent in those lines. Progress in those skill lines will be retained. Okay, however, when you re-equip those skill lines in the future, you will have to reallocate your skill points. Alright, and it's free to do this. Respecification, we're just doing it. So I did lose my execute from my bar, but that was it.
An excellent choice, No Shira. Your chosen discipline will inspire new adventures, new modes of thought. I envy the start of your new journey.
Thanks.
Your choices today will not be your last. There is always something to learn, always new disciplines to explore. Go now, adventurer. Journey into danger, and learn what your skills, new and old, will make of the challenges you face.
Thanks, lady. I appreciate you, Chica Butt. Nice pet. I like that little, like, the Netch. He's, like, super glowy. He's almost like a ghost. But yeah, dude, Rad, I would like to make one of everything. At least one of everything. I want tanky stuff. I want damagey stuff. I want healy stuff. I want all of it. So we're gonna get there with it, but it's just gonna take some time. So I am on my primary. Alright, I'm on my like overworld stand bar. Oh, you can look at it from here too? Dang, bro. Nice. So I need to equip Veiled Strike to level this up. And it takes 2 skill points to do that. So we're going to drop that. We're not going to worry about passives right now. And we're going to take Flame Skull as well. Which, it's not like the best setup, but we just need to go kill some stuff. That's what we need to do. Till we just jump back into questing. Or you know what, let's do a daily dungeon, dude. Come on. Nobody's doing dungeons? That's crazy. Do we need to go anywhere specific? Let's look at this real quick. Well, we could do that. We could jump into some dueling in tribute, but come on now. Subclassing, man. Alright. We'll take that. I think we'll probably just go back to Summerset. And actually do some questing on the overworld. And we'll level stuff up as we go there. So, I'm not very efficient right now, so bear with me, teammates.
I don't see why we need to stand guard.
With things so close to making corpses, it's like being tough.
Excuse me. Tiffany, good morning. I don't know why I'm so sneezy today, so I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I always go that way. Wow, assassination increased to 4 already. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, thank you.
Should I let the spasms kill you?
Okay, so you have to cast Gravelord abilities to get the passive from... Got it. Yeah, alright. Gravelord abilities are the only thing that builds the stacks on that Flame Skull, which is interesting.
You will go no further and your bones will join this army.
With double XP. Yeah, the double XP is crazy right now, right? And I would imagine everybody's specifically just trying to level up as fast as humanly possible. Whoop, up, up, up. I feel like my whole kit needs redone. Like, I think I need to do my armor. At work, bored. Oh my gosh, trying to nap in your car not working out. I couldn't nap at work. I mean, there was a point where like we had 15-minute breaks with one of my jobs, and I would take a 15-minute nap then, but I'd have a hard time doing it any other way. Flame Skull can now be morphed. Wow. Okay, so I am spending a lot of magic with my kit. I need to rethink everything, dude. This is gonna take some time to iron out. For sure. Lunchtime? It's 3:40 in the morning. Beavermancer. What's up, Grim? How you doing, dudes?
I've never seen you design what's the purpose?
Dude, I like it. This is fun, because not only have we previously familiarized ourselves with all these abilities, but there's just so much room for creativity. There's so much room for anything, even if it's not like mid-maxed. Because it doesn't have to be. You can just do whatever you want, dude. I love it.
What is this contraption? You'll make a lovely coat.
And the potential to weave stuff, dude. Oh. Like, I'm thinking PvP is going to be insane. I hate it when you breathe. Is that what he said? What the heck, dude? You just got done with your work lunch, didn't mean the time. I know. Well, I didn't know that you got done with lunch. I know that you didn't mean the time. All right.
Now I chop you up.
I'm tempted to remove Deadly. Even though I do think that there's a lot of potential with a channeled oriented build. Not necessarily damage over time, but channeled. Channeled. There's gotta be so much potential. Maybe.
You're still here?
Yeah.
If you must admire
Maybe we
my
ditch
work,
Deadly.
at least
We
allow me
keep
to
a
put my
proc
best
set.
Fossil forward.
But maybe not necessarily Pillar of Nirn, because Pillar of Nirn. I'm tanking, so I want a taunt. Whoa. Trappers. What was that green symbol next to the item that I had picked up?
I'm gonna dig through the notes I found so far. See what else you can discover
Okay, there is a very interesting craftable set that I think I'd be interested in. And not only, well, there's a couple of interesting craftable sets that I'd be interested in. I feel like the Forest Wraith set would go hard.
They aren't ready. Not yet. I wonder what we'll make from you.
The Forest Wraith set would go really hard. What else would? There's a craft, I think it's craftable, that it's like a full 12-piece set, and it gives you like pen damage or pen, weapon, and spell and crit chance all in the full 12-piece combo.
Host,
That could be kind of
I'm
interesting.
Tired of entertaining. Galurian, see that our uninvited guests are made comfortable.
I don't know, maybe not.
For a very long stay.
I think that set needs to be used in like PvP, and I think that set is like the full 12-piece or nothing. Or you could just take the pen from it. You could take the first 5-piece set that provides pen and nothing else.
The chill of the north lies deep in the bones of the planet.
See, this is where I wish I had my execute.
Finally, a moment's peace.
But you know what I think is going to be fun is using the Nightblade execute, to be honest.
the master's thralls. I don't like the way they watch. A new puppet for the master.
Because what I could do is soften enemies up. Like, I could soften enemies up with, like, my initial combo. And then just, like, stab them with a freaking Assassin Execute. I don't know if I'm going to need Oppression. Even though I do think it's still the best execute in the entire game, hands down, no arguments.
Easily replaced, but Calurian, he was a unique specimen. He'll never be the same. And what are these two without the third? Incomplete. And
incomplete.
Superfluous. Ulfnor,
Sorry,
Sabina, to kill you. Smash yourselves to dust against these.
No, you're not.
Has to be done.
Whoa! I was blocking, bro. I was like, holy crap, man! That was a lot of damage. I'd definitely be considering changing out my ultimate now too. My ultimate's really good, but it scales so hard with like deadly, because it's, well, it has initial impact damage, but the damage over time from the meteor is just insane. So it goes really well with deadly. But if I'm gonna go like direct damage and not necessarily bursty, or sorry, not necessarily damage over time or channeled, I do think that the ultimate from, gosh darn it, the Necromancer ultimate is amazing, and I do think that the back bar should be taking the Assassination ultimate.
Another barrier seal. We need to destroy that crystal so I can dispel it. We'll need to destroy this crystal before I can dispel the barrier seal. It's like it's drawing its power from beyond the veil. Calorian, can you help?
If I must.
Alright, after we get through this dungeon, we're gonna take another look at our skills, because we've leveled up the other two skill trees a decent amount. So, oh, my Lagosaurus. Holy crap. I don't know why I always get lost in this place. I feel like it's not a hard one to navigate, but...
You're perfect for my latest experiment.
I kind of like the skull, just as like a nice ranged, bursty poke damage.
Another crystal. Destroy it.
Maintain the seal.
Ganglia belongs to the dead.
Maintain the seal.
The crystal. It's powering the summoning circle. We have to destroy it. This seal is like the last one. I'll need help to break it.
This one's mine. Nothing can stop Ulfnor the Dragon Slayer.
Ulfnor the Dragon Slayer. I like what they've done with the UI, man. It's more defined. And it does bring me back to like the OG days of what Elder Scrolls was, like, I don't know, more than 5 years ago, like 8 or 10 years ago. I feel like there's probably a screenshot or some images somewhere of like the UI from back then. I'd like to compare them. I'm pretty sure we could just burst this thing down.
I can't undo his spell.
I don't think we really need to
Fighting
abide
me.
by mechanics.
You
It's
have
just
to
a
be the
normal
ones to
dungeon.
stop this.
Okay, that I think I do have to dodge though.
Merely pulling the strings will not be enough. Then allow me
Holy
to
enemies.
reward your effects. This is a lesson befitting my power. Observe. Shed your flesh, and the agony will end.
We did fine.
Beautiful masterpiece.
360,000 XP is kind of insane though. Because it's double XP and I was enlightened. Which was every inch of my enlightenment. Nice, dude. I like this little green symbol next to your new pieces. So like this we've already collected, but the new ones with the green we haven't.
Unravel the threads binding ore into
Quality
your
of life,
foe.
baby. Alright, let's get out of this group and jump back to the overworld quick. Yes, sub-freaking-classing, I say, dude. It's so good. It's so good. I've been so excited for so long. And now that it's here, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm freaking out, man. Alright, hold on. Let's clean this inventory up real quick.
Looking.
I should probably just deconstruct that. Okay. Yeah. I think we lean into crit chance. Because the assassination skill tree is gonna go really hard with crit chance. Like it's not like it's going to. Like it goes really, really hard with crit chance. It's got passives, 2 different passives that increase crit chance based on different circumstances. And then you can increase your crit damage, minor savagery, which increases your crit rating even farther. Like this is all very, very crit oriented. So I think with assassination, that's what we gotta do. So Deathstroke I am going to leave on the front bar for now to morph it. Because we need the ultimate generation morph from it. Teleport Strike. Assassin's Blade is going to be our execute. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this, put that there. That needs morphed as well. We're going to take Sacrificial Bones and put that here. Because we're working with a 1 bar right now. It's messy. It's not convenient at all. But it's going to work for now. We're going to take Boneyard, put that right there. So now we have 2 from each tree. It's going to level it even faster. I want to snag these passives. But, oh, see, man, the passives takes 2 skill points too. That's crazy expensive. So we're going to have to, like, organize ourselves here. Had a hard time swapping Dawn's Wrath. I had a massive time swapping Dawn's Wrath, dude. It's such a tough decision, dude. Yeah, like, I almost kept both Adric and Assassination, and it's so difficult to choose between the 2 of them, man. But I chose. And I think that there's absolutely going to be... Well, dude, we're gonna have like 10 different builds on just the Templar. Like the primary class of the Templar. So, you know, we'll get there. There's going to be so much exchanging of all sorts of things, but this is where I'm sitting right now. This is what I wanted to start with and attempt to with my my initial exploration of what subclassing is. This is the Gravelord and Assassination. And it was between Assassination and just like the the bird wings from freaking Companion skill tree. I want to fly like a bird. But Assassination is so good. It's so good. Crit chance to flanking enemies. 4 skill points. Crazy. When an enemy dies, you restore magic. Yeah, we're magic and stamina, which is going to be incredibly valuable. Increases crit chance to enemies that are under health, or under 33% health. with a Gravelord ability slotted, which is no problemo. So, gosh dang, bro, our crit chance is going to be insane, and we're going to gain some pen from Dismember. Increases your damage done with damage over time effects by 5%. See, this Rapid Rot passive is insane too. I think there's going to be a mega, like, opportunity for strictly damage over time. And Blast Bones, or Sacrificial Bones, increases your damage done with Necromancer abilities and damage over time effects by 15%. So I'm assuming that means all damage over time effects, not just Necro damage over time. It has to, right? I think damage over time is going to be crazy with the Gravelord skill tree. The Gravelord skill tree and, like... this is going to sound ridiculous, but, like, instead of Adric Spear or Dawn's Wrath, we could probably take the healing skill tree strictly for that one big AoE that is damage over time. Subclassing is going to open up opportunities for players to explore all kinds of varieties of builds. You have no idea, dude. This is like entertainment for days. This is an insane amount of, like, just variety put into the game. And I know some people are upset, but I don't know why they're upset, dude. I can't understand it. We're going to run out of skill points real fast. We are going to need to, like, scoop all of the skill points out of, like, everything that they're kind of, like, slapped into right now. Like, the bow is gonna have to come all this got to come out, I think, with the exception of, like, maybe a couple of these. Like, with the bow equipped, we gain, like, crit chance and all that. Like, that kind of stuff can stay, but these I don't need points in right now. Like, I don't need points in all that. I don't need points in all that. So we're gonna have enough skill points to work with. I just need to scoop them. Armor. I'm tempted to take some craftable sets. Let's go to that guy's house real quick. Not real quick. We're gonna be there for a minute. Let's try to hit up the crafting area. I think Forest Wraith is really cool. I think between the Gravelord with execute range for enemies and the assassination skill tree with everything, not, you know, everything involved there is insane. And obviously, like, the Thief Mundus with Divine's armor. I think we're pushing 100% crit chance, like, pretty quickly if we pick up whoa. What's that? Increases your direct damage done to monsters by 12%. Increases offensive pen crit chance at weapon and spell type. Is kind of crazy. But it's locked. What do I need to do for that? I don't know what I gotta do for that. There is a set that, if I can find it. Claw of the Forest Wraith. So obviously these numbers are going to scale up, but essentially, yeah. We're looking at crit chance, weapon and spell damage, and a pretty significant amount of crit chance just to our class skills. And that's really what we're focused on, right? What kind of resources were you after on your DPS as far as sets go? Ooh, wait, what exactly do you mean? What kind of resources? Like Stamina Magica? Is that what you mean? After your DPS. Wait, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Could you specify or rephrase that? When you deal non-crit damage, you gain a stack of mechanical acuity. See, mechanical acuity is cool, but I just don't think that that's for me. Like damage, crit chance, pen? That's a good question. Let's look. Right now, with the sets I have, we're looking at 4,500 weapon and spell, well, spell damage, but it scales off the highest of whatever, so, yeah. There's that. I have almost 49% critical. Now, I don't have my passives capped out yet, so that'll increase that. Can you make transmute gear on your crafting character and use it on a different character? You can, yeah. You can't give it to other players. Anything that you transmute or recreate from the transmutation station is bound to your account, but yes, it can go from one character to the next, just not other players. Can't sell it, can't trade it. You can put it in the bank. Oh, yeah. So we've got 4,500 weapon and spell, 49% crit chance, and then we have 3,900 pen, which is honestly kind of good. What is your crit damage modifier? What do you mean? How do I know? How do I know? Crit damage bonus. The amount of additional damage your crits do is sitting at 56 right now. Now, does that include things like champion points? Like, does that also include fighting finesse? And I could take backstabber. I could trade out like reaving blows. I do think flanking is going to be good because we have that one passive from the assassination skill tree. And I think Master at Arms is cracked. 56 is pretty good. Yeah, CP is calculated, but things like Backstabber don't show up. Gotcha. So fighting finesse isn't going to show up. Oh. No, you're right. You're right. Fighting finesse would show up, but Backstabber wouldn't because it's under certain circumstances. So then you can consider... Where is it? The crit chance rating right here from a Master Assassin, that's not technically considered in our crit chance either because it's only for flanking. With an assassination ability slotted, you gain 5%, 10% crit damage. So, like, it's going to go up when we unlock these passives. And I think we're going to stick with all medium armor. Where am I at? I have medium all the way, right? Yeah, so this is going to stay the same for the 14%. Increases your weapon and spell damage by 2%, and then... Where'd it go? Increases crit damage and healing by 2% for each armor piece. So that's another 14%. I thought the base was 50. So wouldn't this be significantly higher? I almost want to take everything off and be naked just to see what it shows. Crit hits do 50% increased damage and can be made more powerful with additional bonuses. 6% doesn't sound like it's right. This alone, right here, 8% should apply to it. Unless it's like 8% of the 50%. So like instead of being 58, it would be 56, right? Let me do some math. 50 times 0.08 is 4. Okay, so technically, if that's how that works, if it's 8% of our current percentage application, which is 50%, it would be 4% added, not a full 8%. And that also would apply to everything else. So like instead of being like 54% and then the assassination tree gives like say 5%, say it gives 10%. In 54%, it wouldn't be 10% of 54. It would still be 10% of 50, but it would add on to that. So what's 10% of 50 is 5? 50 times 0.1? Yes, 5. So we would be at 59% then, with those two specific things, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Which makes it difficult to scale upwards, and something that would apply significantly more crit chance would be, or crit damage would be great. Mafia, no, Radlock. Mafia has got a thing for knives. That's him. He's a knife person. In fact, you guys need to check out Mafio's YouTube channel. And go, like, everybody go comment on his YouTube channel is called, like, quotation, YouTube channel, quotation, end. So, it's a little bit confusing, but there's a link to it in the Discord. Y'all need to go comment on his videos and ask him to make more. Oh, you're at 55 plus 50%. Oh, that makes so much more sense. So, the flat, okay, all right. That, you know what, Ernesto, thank you for confirming that. That, gosh darn it, dude. I was thinking like 56% makes no sense, dude. Because if it's a flat 50, how does that work? But, so it's 56 on top of the original 50. Got it. We're already fairly close to cap then. I mean, we can go up higher, and we're going to, but it could go higher. Tell you what, I think our crit chance needs to go up, baby. That's what you just did for your your interview to sharpen knives. No, you didn't. You're looking for a job to sharpen knives? Mafio, to be fair, I have not done my rounds on YouTube for a couple of days. So I don't know if you posted one on Friday like you said you were going to, but if you didn't, freaking do it, buddy. Lock it in, pal. I do think Forest Wraith is very, very good. I feel like Order's Wrath is so good too. It just adds so much crit chance. Hear me out. What are we looking at here? Let me just like do a little bit of math in my brain skis. And by that I'm going to use a calculator. Okay, so 1448 divided by 6.6. So every 219.393939 crit chance rating is equivalent to 1%, right? 274 would be 1.25. Let me just make sure that adds up. What did I say? 219.3939. Don't let me forget. 274 divided by 1.25. 219.2. Okay, so basically 219.3939. So every 219 crit chance or crit rating is equivalent to 1%. Order's Wrath. What did I say? 219.29. Well, we'll say 0.3 to meet it halfway. So 219.3. 573 plus 573 plus 822 is 1969 divided by 219.3. So this is a total of 8.97 crit chance. Basically 9% crit chance. Also, just so you know, for PvP, crit resistance lowers a percentage of your opponent's crit damage output. Everyone has 20% crit resist, so 70% crit damage would be resulting in 50% extra damage before resistances. Gotcha. Ernesto, thank you for that, too. I didn't realize we had a base of 20% either. Like, I knew we had crit resistance, and I knew you could stack it higher, but I wasn't sure what the numbers added up to be. So 9% from Order's Wrath. Crit chance, okay? 573 plus 573 plus 1776, because we're pretty much using only class abilities. It's going to be 2922 divided by 219.3 is going to come out to about 13.32% crit chance. So this is like 3-ish, like 3.5% higher than Order's Wrath. Now we could take them both, but that would remove the ability to have a proc set. So I think that something like Forest Wraith combined with, because I want to lean into a 2-bar now. Like, we're going to get away from the Oaken Soul. Maybe. We have access to Minor Berserk. We would need to get Minor Courage. We could get Brutality, Sorcery, Prophecy, Savagery. We could get Minor Force. The protective buffs and oh gosh darn it. Minor Intellect, Minor Endurance, Minor Heroes, and Minor Slayer. So we need a... Yeah, we could have access to all that, with the exception of something like Major Resolve is going to be a little bit harder to get a hold of. Minor Aegis is going to be hard to get a hold of, but that's okay. Endurance, Heroism, Intellect, and Fortitude are going to be something that I don't know if we're going to have. So, potions could help with that in dire situations. So our sustain is going to start to struggle if we drop Oaken Soul, but... what do we take in place of it? We're working out a build here. Where's my notepad? Hold on. This is awfully bright, and I apologize for those in the dark right now. Let's take, like... Is that less bright? That's less bright, right? Quincy, what up, brother? Hello. We are mathing our faces off right now. Full intellect. Who needs strength or charisma? So I'm leaning into Forest Wrath. Wow, that's terrible. Hold on a second. Still better than your handwriting? Thanks, dude. Thank you. Is there a cap on crit? Yes. Crit chance obviously caps out at 100, because if you're at 100, then you're guaranteed to crit. And then crit damage caps out at 125%. Including all your bonuses, buffs, and stuff. And passives. Okay. Okay. Harpooner's waiting kill's cool, but I don't think that's going to be applicable here. We just need to not take damage for that to work, and that's never going to happen. That's a new one, I think. Mad God's Dancing Shoes. This is a new one that got added, and I think it's just silly. While in combat, roll dodging creates a random effect. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. The effects consist of creating a cheese wheel under an enemy within 15 meters that deals 6,600 magic damage to all enemies within 3 meters after 1 second. Deal physical damage to enemies facing you after 1.5 seconds. 5,300 of it. Deal 7,400 magic damage to the nearest enemy. Gain Major Expedition for 4.5 seconds. Restore 1,200 stamina. Reduce the cost of your next ultimate ability by 14%. Gain 7 ultimate. So it's just all over the place. I don't think that that's really that reliable. You gain... While in combat, dodge rolling creates a random effect. See, it's just... I don't like that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. 200% crit just means you never don't crit, probably. You're never going to reach 200% crit chance, by the way. It's just not a possibility. I like Band of Brutality just for the 16% increased damage done in total, but we're going crit, baby. So that's not going to work. Monomyth Reforged. Billy Keys, good morning to you, sir. Hello. I mean, Mora's Whispers isn't bad. What did I say? 219.3. 1528 divided by 219.3 is going to be almost 7%. It's 6.96. Monomyth. What do you mean monomyth? What's the crit damage cap? 125%. And you start out with 50%, so everything that you gain adds on top of that raw 50. Was the leaderboard thing actually turned on? Is it turned on? Yeah, it's on right now. It's a YouTube thing. It's nothing that I know about, really. It's I believe it's a thing that that YouTube implemented in order to increase engagement in live chats. But it's weird. I don't understand how they like come up with their numbers, dude. It's all over the place. If it's not like if you don't see people with number or crowns or something, I wouldn't even concern yourself with it. I think it's kind of buggy. We get kill experience for this too. Do you have to turn it on automatically, or do you... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just automatic. I have no idea how to adjust it or turn it off or anything like that. You bribed YouTube for the number one? Yeah, you did. Well, you were here for... So, Ari, I think that the XP cap per person is based on whoever is in the stream longest. So, like, the cap of your XP that you can gain as a chatter is limited to the amount of time that you spend in the stream, whether you're talking or not. So, like, you've been here before the stream even started. I think you were here, like, literally, like, before I even hit start streaming on OBS. So, like, you're going to have the highest potential cap as long as you stay here, obviously. I think if you leave, it resets. You'd go monomyth? What is monomyth? Let's find it. It's going to be in here, right? We don't even need to go with a mythic. We could go with 2 5s and a monster. Oh, this. Oh my gosh. Hola Scheiße. While in combat and on your primary weapon, you gain major force, minor berserk, and minor vulnerability. So major force is amazing. Minor berserk we already have access to, though. That's the thing. While on your secondary bar, you gain major protection, minor vitality, and minor timidity. That's really interesting. Timidity, I think, lowers your crit chance rating, right? I think, Rad. Look, I'm just spitballing. Yeah. And it's not even just messages, Ari. It's super chats, too. So if you guys would like to have the #1 crown and rip it out of Ari's hands, slap a membership donation in there or something. I have minor berserk accessibility. Right? Let me double check. Minor berserk comes from spear wall, so when dealing damage, you generate a stack of burning light. So burning light stacks with any kind of damage, not just spear or Adric spear abilities. Timidity lowers ultimate gain. Oh, thank you. But being in combat won't you notice it much. Fair enough. And it's just on your back bar, too. It's not like you should be spending too much time on your back bar. If I didn't have access to Minor Berserk from Spear Wall right there, I would definitely consider that. That's an awesome thing. Is that new? I don't remember seeing it before. But that's very good. Major protection, minor vitality in your back bar is kind of a big deal. What's this? It's a shoulder piece, so we're not going to run a monster set anyway, I don't think. Reduces damage. Oh, so this is a new one too, the Void Mantle. Reduces the damage of your light attacks by 50%. Dealing damage with a light attack restores magic or stamina depending on your equipped weapon type. Gain additional resources when damaging off balance enemies and less resources when damaging a blocking enemy. I don't know exactly what that resource means. I guess it scales the amount of magic and stamina you get back, but increases the damage of your heavy attacks by 50%, but heavy attacks no longer restore resources. So it essentially swaps like your light and heavy attacks. I think this is going to be really cool for heavy attack builds. Major Force is so juicy. Yeah, it really is, but there's other ways to get Major Force. I could run, well, there's a couple of different ways to get Major Force. Steam Guardian. I'm tempted to just run like... See, this is Major Berserk and Major Courage. But I'm not going to be able to deal with the freaking Serpent's Rebuke negative effect. I can't take a freaking, where is that? Did they take it out? After damaging an ability, and after taking damage at full health in combat, you gain Serpent's Rebuke for 10 seconds, snaring yourself by 40%. Sorry, I'm just blind. Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that. Crouch. Up to 6 group members in the aura gain 260 weapon and spell damage. Reduce your health and stamina and magic recoveries. While actively bracing, you create a 12-meter zone of protection. I'm tempted to run just like Saint and Seducer. Saint and Seducer has Major Courage, Major Evasion, Major Force, Major Resolve, and Major Berserk. Like, this is a good item. Yeah, Harpooner's Waiting Killed is really good, Ernesto. The problem is that, like, you have to not take damage in order to maintain stacks. Where is it? So you gain a stack for 20 seconds while dealing direct damage specifically. So it depends on your damage type, but there's plenty of direct damage out there. Even light attacks do this. So up to 10 stacks. You only gain 1 stack per second. Each stack increases your crit chance by 110 and your crit damage by 1%. Taking damage removes 5 stacks, up to once per second. See, I think this is going to be too difficult to maintain unless I'm playing with a group. I think if you're playing with a group and you're able to, like, stay out of the way, Harpooner's Waiting Kill's amazing. I'm tempted to just roll freaking Thrash and Stranglers, dude. For overworld plays like this, or for overworld, like, dungeon stuff, for general, like, just solo play, I feel like our Thrashings is really good. Killing an enemy grants a stack of Slow's Call for an hour, up to a max of 50 stacks. Each stack increases your weapon and spell damage by 23, reduces your max health by 120 as well. So at 50 stacks, we would be gaining... This is 23, is 1,230? 50 times 23. 1,150 weapon and spell damage. That's mega. Like, that's really, really big. But your health is going to go down by 6,000, which is more than my food can make up for, my food buff. So we'd be hurting on health. But I do think for a lot of stuff, like Thrash and Stranglers is very, very good. And of course there's Velothis. Minor Force at all time, but light and heavy attacks. You think that's worth the price? Or you don't even play this game. But you've never proven me wrong yet. Or you've never proven me right. You've never been wrong yet. You've made some suggestions that was, like, actually quite good. This is a stupid one. I don't know how I feel about the last Alien King set. The only hit points that matter is the last one. Not in this game, dude. In this game, you'll get hit by something and it'll do like 48k damage. Just like instantaneously. So, maybe this will help me get good at dodge rolling. You guys want to go for thrashing? We can run Order's Wrath, Thrash and Stranglers, and exchange Thrashing under certain circumstances with, say, for example... Pale Order for more difficult solo content, or Markin's Ring of Majesty, which gives us just armor and weapon and spell damage based on the amount of sets we're wearing. Saints and Seducer too. Saints and Seducer is really fun. It is a cool set. And then Velothes is crazy. So it reduces our light attacks and heavy attacks by 99%. But you gain a bunch of pen and increases your damage done to monsters by 15%. You gain minor force at all times too, which is great for channeling builds. I just don't know, because I weave light attacks a lot, and that's a mega part of our damage. So I think Velothes is really awesome for like the Arcanist, even for the Templar under certain circumstances. But I do think I want to lean away from doing that with this. So like, that's a neck piece, that's an arm piece. See, that complicates things a little bit. I kind of want to go for thrashing quick. What time is it? 4:30? We got like a little, just over 2 hours. Can I do this? Can we make this happen in 2 hours? And then what's our other 5-piece though? Because we're gonna want minor force, or sorry, minor slayer. That's like not a requirement, but it would be nice to have. And I would honestly like it to be a proc set. And you know what I think I want it to be? Sounds like you gotta go try them out. You gotta try them all, right? Thrashings you need to build into high health. Well, I'm thinking more for like overworld content is what that would end up being for. But you're right, you do need high health for it. If you want to make it work under other circumstances, like if you want to do PvP or like veteran dungeons and stuff, you need more health to use that, 100%. But just for like overworld stuff, I don't see an issue with running it. Pearlescent Ward. I want this, dude. I want the Whirl of Depths. It's a light piece, though, which means we would need the jewelry specifically. Jewelry and weapons. Yes, yeah, that's correct. Subclasses are account-wide, so when you level them once, they're for every character. They're leveled all the time. I'll be your healers? Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Do I want to proc it? I feel like I want to proc it. Big Stretch is coming in hot. I think, what do I think, dude? I don't think nothing. I don't know what to do, man. There's too many choices. Oh, that's a lot of stamina. That's crazy recovery. Every 45 seconds, too. PvE heavy attack builds call it a day for you. I know. It sounds like such a good set. I'm half tempted to take the Winterborn proc set. Oh, but it's magic recovery. I was kind of trying to lean more towards stamina. Okay, maybe not. I mean, this is a decent proc set. We were talking about that before. And I partly wanted to make it work, but not so much if that's going to be the case. Maybe we just stick with Pillar and Urn, man. Like, Pillar and Urn's just good. It's just good. And now, I could find something in here, too. I feel like Cold Harbor's Favorite's not bad. I feel like this is an underrated set. So, like, healing yourself or a teammate summons basically a proc that gives you 13,000 health over 6 seconds, which is kind of a big deal. Scales off of the higher of your magic or stamina, and then it does the same thing for damage. So dealing damage summons a proc who after 2 seconds explodes, damaging enemies for almost 14,000 damage over 6 seconds. So it is damage over time. And that would scale up. Actually, that wouldn't scale up. And I could really, honestly, I could just run Order's Wrath too. So like, we'd have insane crit chance. Order's Wrath would increase our crit damage as well. We wouldn't necessarily have a proc set. Nightblade, Warden, Arcanist combo. For your Nightblade healer. Yeah, the Arcanist actually has some really good healing abilities. The Warden's phenomenal too. You can't really go wrong with the Warden. And the Nightblade, of course, has some great healing abilities. Now, hear me out. There is one Dragon Knight ability that is a healing over time that is friggin' insane. It heals a lot. I recommend taking a look at the Dragon Knight healing. I forget what it's called, but it's like... It circles like a little fire orb around you that, like, every 2 seconds heals everybody around you. It's very good. I don't know if I need more crit chance, to be honest. Innate Axiom. So, not Forest Wraith is what you're saying. What is Innate Axiom? Innate Axiom. Weapon and spell damage to your class abilities. You were thinking Arcanist, but you have a Warden healer, and it's is less of a favorite to play. So, like, Order's Wrath or Forest Wraith? Honestly, I do think Innate Axiom's quite good. I would prefer the max stats be replaced by, like, a crit chance, though. Or something. Yeah, the craftables. Alright. So... what if I don't know if I need the crit chance from 2 different crit chance sets. So like I don't think I necessarily need Order's Wrath and Forest Wraith. So we could take Order's Wrath. What if we went with a monster set instead of a mythic? If we go with a monster set, that could be my proc damage for funsies, right? Dungeons. I would want it to be something that happens often. So like with a small cooldown. Forest Wraith gives a lot of crit chance. I know, it's very good. We did the math. It's like 13.5% crit chance, whereas Order's Wrath is about 9% crit chance. So you'd be gaining about 4-ish. Give or take 4% additional crit chance with Forest Wrath. What weapons are you using? I was hoping for bow. The bow gives very good crit chance. Because dual wield could give more crit chance with daggers and axes give more crit damage. You're right, you could go with that too. But I like the bow a lot, to be honest. Like, I know it's not quite as good as the daggers for crit chance, but I think I just prefer the bow for fun. 10% chance to spawn Drew limbs. Drag limbs, sorry, can't spell it, can't say it. Celine's is just insane. This is probably one of my favorite sets in the game. Martial melee damage, though. The question is, does something like my jabs proc Celine's? And it's every 6 seconds, too. Like, if I use the bow, I can't do martial melee damage, because the bow is technically range, even if I do it up close. What subclasses have you added to the Plar? I took the Gravelord from the Necro, and I took the Assassination from the Nightblade. Fallen Fell. I'm thinking Celine's, bro. Just... This doesn't need to be mid-maxed. We're just experimenting, right? We're just messing around. And it's not necessarily meant for, like, endgame veteran trial content either. We're just having fun. So... let's do it. Instead of just goofing, you know, instead of just wasting our time, let's do it. Let's take, where's my notepad? Let's take, Forest Wrath or, oh, where's my pen? Orders, Forest Wraith, not Wrath. Or Orders Wrath. And then we take, I don't know if this is easy to read or not with the colors, but I tried not to blind you guys with a white background. What did I say was the other set? Well, we have Celine's. So that's our 5-piece, our 2-piece, and then we need another 5-piece. And Innate Axiom does sound really good. That would give us the spell damage that I think that we would want. What is on my screen? Ew, I must have sneezed. I think... Hold on one second. I know you guys can't see it. But I think I sneezed on my monitor earlier, man. And yes, I'm using my spit to clean my monitor. That's better. Gross. So Innate Axiom, yeah. And these are easy craftable sets. We already have Celine's crafted. So, sorry. Innate Axiom. I don't know how to spell Axiom. So Head and Shoulders is going to be Celine's. We're going to go full medium. It's not on the screen. Well, at least you couldn't see it. Sorry, DB. Can't sleep again, man. What the problem is? I'm leaning towards Order's Wrath because it straight up just gives us an additional 8% crit damage. Even though it's slightly less crit chance, I do think we're going to have an immense amount of crit chance. So we go Head and Shoulders, which I believe we have already. Where are my set pieces? The inventory is about to fill up. Let me eat that. Yeah, the inventory is going to fill up. We'll worry about it another day. Today we're having fun. Celine's. Medium and medium. Hell yeah. And now, what we need is a chest plate, an arm piece, so everything on the body, with the exception of the Head and Shoulders. And do I have Order's Wrath in here still? I might. No, I don't. It's on the other characters. I've made it Order's Wrath many times now, but I do have it on the other characters. So, let's do the body first. Do I... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I mix these pieces into. So, well, there's the Innate Axiom. I'm already sitting on Innate Axiom. Let's do light, medium. So we need a chest plate. I'm trying to find something that I have a ton of, like High Elf. Innate Axiom, medium, chest plate, all divines, 100%. Divines, medium, chestplate, innate. Okay. We need boots. Medium, divines, boots. Bracers. We do not need the helmet. We need the legs. We do not need the shoulders. We need the belt. I need to start some research. I would love to be able to skip right to purple. It's silly that you gotta do it like this. We could go daggers. We're gonna go with the stamina enchantments on everything. So what are we gonna need? I think the Celine's web should already have the enchantments properly. So we would need 5 stamina enchantments. Oops. We're gonna stay at purple for now. If I really, really like it, we'll step it up. We'll go to gold. But for now, we're good at purple. And then bow or man, bow adds a lot of crit chance though. Let me test something real quick. We have Celine's active right now. Let's go outside to the target dummy and see if we can actually do martial melee damage with our situation. It counts. Wow, 15k is crazy. Okay. Yeah, see, wow, that's good for an auto attack. 15k. It is the jabs that procs that. 35! Alright. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Wait. Well, let me test one more thing. We have our execute, right? That's not considered martial melee damage. Is that because it's magic damage? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. That's all I needed to know. We can stick with the bow. The bow, both pieces, all 3 pieces of jewelry. So, Order's Wrath, huh? Level 160, bow, Order's Wrath, and, I think we gotta take Sharpened. Even though Precise would increase our crit chance by 3.2%. I think more pen is going to be more valuable. Because we don't really have a ton of sources of pen. So, we have a reasonable amount of pen. But more is going to be beneficial for sure. Probably, we're just gonna end up taking the damage enchant for that. We need the jewelry pieces. Order's Wrath. 160. And then... I don't have any infused? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, no. I could have sworn I had a whole bunch of infused. That's not good. Okay. Bloodthirsty it is. I don't think we have a choice. And then I need 2 rings. Yeah, I like infused because it counts to my healing as well. And if I put a damage enchantment on the jewelry, it's pretty comparable to what Bloodthirsty provides. Pretty comparable. It's very good. And like I said, it applies to your healing as well, not just your damage to enemies, which is what Bloodthirsty does. It's only damage to enemies. Best for recoveries. Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, well, okay, so recoveries as in, like, you're saying resource recovery. Yeah, I understand. It is very good. I'm probably going to have an issue with recoveries, actually. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to go, like, real hard in the damage just for funsies. So we need 3 enchantments of weapon and spell damage for jewelry. Jewelry, weapon and spell damage, recoveries. See, this gives you recoveries too, which is cool. I mean, it's not a ton that infused provides. I think it goes to 15 instead of 10. But still. So that would be 45 instead of 30. So it's an additional 15 recoveries with infused. Sorry, my eyes are tired. I need to get some extra sleep tonight. 3. Bam. I need a weapon enchantment and then 5 stamina enchantments. So Denis. Stamina enchantments. Or Equita. And then, I don't know where the weapon enchantment is. Weapon enchantment. Increases weapon and spell damage by 320 for 5 seconds. Yeah, why not? If I could get this to proc at the exact same time my Celine's is going to proc, like, that would be ideal, but it's a bit unrealistic to try to make that happen. What? I don't know what that means. Did I lock it? Nope. Alright, so we got Order's Wrath equipped. And now I need the Axiom. All right. Cool. I think we're situated now. And this has the stamina recoveries on it, or the stamina enchantments on it. So, obviously our abilities are not situated either. We do have divines on everything. So, the Thief Mundus is coming up to like 1900 crit rating. It was like almost 50k DPS. Our resources are horrendous though. Oh, that's what I need. Alright, hold on. We need to work out our buffs, bro. Okay. We're gonna end up with minor savagery from this. We're gonna end up with major breach from, I think, boneyard. So we don't necessarily need marked target. We're gonna want grim focus eventually. Yeah, we want that, I think. We'll take Frozen Colossus eventually, but right now we're just going to max out Deathstroke. We're going to take... Oh man, we should probably take one of these, huh? Like one of the scribing abilities that's going to give us some stuff. Some good stuff. So, Barbed Trap is for sure going to be something we want. This, I think, can go on the back bar. That can most likely stay on the front bar. That's our Execute. That can stay on the front bar. That's our Major Savagery and Prophecy. What is Degen? Brutality and Sorcery, which is really one of our only options to get this. So, oh, I should have made something for the back bar. What do we take for the back bar? I didn't even think about it, dude. I've been running the Oaken Soul for so long. We could take Crushing Wall, but I think we're going to go stamina oriented, generally. Because... oh, wait a minute. Brutality and Sorcery. It comes from our jabs. Duh. Brutality and Sorcery from the jabs. Dual wield back bar. I was thinking about going two-handed for one of the buffs. So, like, where is it? I was thinking either Thundering Volley for funsies. Because I worked so hard to get it. Or... bear with me here. Is it Merciless Charge? Activating Critical Charge stirs up a Barbarous Lust for 18 seconds, increasing your damage done with direct damage attacks by 6% up to a max of 12. This effect scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Crit Charge is a two-handed ability, I think. See, this is our this is like an engagement tool, though. What is it that provides momentum? This is Major Brutality and Sorcery. So we technically wouldn't need it from biting jabs. There's nothing that the dual wield's gonna give me. Like, On my back bar, I don't think dual wield provides anything. You're not going to get the bonuses from your dual wield. You have no clue how to build? You'll get there. It takes time to learn everything. I still don't know most things, I'd say. I might just throw, like, a Destro staff on and put, like, a wall of elements in there. Like, crushing wall would be cool. But Thunderous Volley would also be good, very good. I just think they're better for, like, damage over time builds. Casting Force Siphon. Frenzied Momentum. So this is Momentum, right? While Momentum is active, casting stamina abilities in combat generates a stack of Frenzied Momentum for 20 seconds, increasing weapon and spell damage by 28 up to 10 times. So 280 at full stacks. After 5 or more stacks, use your next heavy attack consumes all stacks and releases a violent explosion of energy around you, dealing physical damage to all enemies within 8 meters. See, this is really good, which is what I was thinking of using that for. But if we get major brutality and sorcery from our jabs, then we just don't need momentum. I could just chuck, like, something I already have built on there, man. I think I already have Crushing Wall in my inventory. I do. Let's just throw this there for now. That's obviously not what I want it to be, but we'll worry about that another time. Alright, now I think what we gotta do is actually go back to Grotwood to respec properly. Or I can use that situation. I gotta scroll. We're gonna need to do this, right? Well, Wall of Elements is probably gonna stick around, right? Will expire or explodes when expiring. 10 seconds or 12 seconds. I would drop that. This. Realistically, I'd like the passives from it, but let's hold off on that for the moment. Why do I have that? Have no light and heavy armor. Excavation stays. This can... I'd like this to stay. But that's another 4 skill points. That's fine the way it is. That stays. This is not a werewolf build. We will be getting into the werewolf builds here. But not yet. Dawnbreaker, I think, can go. Savagery and Prophecy from Camo Hunter. Wait, this was Brutality and Sorcery. So Camo Hunter would be our source of Savagery and Prophecy. This would give us Minor Force. So I think we want both of these. This would go the back bar. What's your Mundus? Thief. I'm running the Thief for the crit chance. This, I think, would go, like, right there. It feels like a little bit of a wasted slot. Man, this is tough. There's just no bar space anymore. We need, like, a third bar now. Barb Trap can go in the back bar. That can go right there. Right there. This can go here for now. Lightning staves increase your damage done with direct damage and channeled effects by 12% with a destruction staff equipped. That's not going to happen for us. When you kill an enemy with a Destro staff ability, you restore magic. We should take that too. It's inconvenient to throw all those passives in, but it is what it is. This reduces the cost of your bow abilities. I don't think I need that. I'm just stinging for points right now. Dealing damage with a light or heavy attack increases the damage of your bow abilities by 5%, stacking up to 5 times with the bow equipped. See, I don't think that's necessary because we're not really using bow abilities now. The crit chance we keep, and then the major expedition we keep for funsies. Mage's Guild. I don't need degen. I'm not taking Shooting Star right now. Persuade reduces the cost. Durations. Recoveries. Empower. We're not using any of that right now either. If it was magic based, then yeah, I would take this stuff in place of like the Fighter's Guild. But the Fighter's Guild is stamina based, which is what I want. Don't need that. I do want the passives. We're going to keep Resolving Vigor. We're going to drop that and that. We don't need Caltrops. I'm going to keep this for PvP. This is the passive for the mount speed increase. Don't need any of that. This stays the same. Crafting stays the same. Do some passives work for both bars? Yeah. Let's say when only using X. Wait, are you talking about weapon passives? So obviously this is not going to work. Try focus. So like with destruction staff equipped. No. Most passives I don't think do. But when you see, when you swap to your back bar and you throw Wall of Elements down, all of these apply. Do they continue to carry over to your other abilities? I don't know necessarily. But I believe something like Penetrating Magic, Destruction Staff abilities ignore 3,000 per enemy spell resistances. I'm pretty sure that does apply to your Wall of Elements that you throw down, even if you switch off of your back bar. I believe. I'm not 100% on that, but I think. I have 77 skill points. I don't think I need Veiled Strike. Converts to a stamina, deals physical, applies sundered, and guarantees crit damage when flanking. I don't think I want to use that, because that's realistically like a spammable for the Nightblade, but we have a spammable, so I'm good without it. Grim Focus we are going to take. And it applies to the front and the back bar. So Grim Focus we'll put on the back. But a healing passive might help your healing no matter what subclass. No, don't apologize, you're good. So, I don't necessarily need healing myself, but yes, a Resto Staff on the back bar is phenomenal. It was very good. Like, there's nothing that's stopping you from using a Resto Staff on your back bar. It would be very good. It's incredibly valuable in things like PvP because it does provide a lot of healing on your back bar. And normally in PvP, if you hit your back bar, it's because you're trying to heal or rebuff or something like that. So That is quite good. So I'm going to drop Flame Skull. We're going to keep Boneyard. Which... Boneyard's going to go right here. Do I have anything? I do have Blast Bones. Sacrificial Blast Bones. Damage over time abilities. That just needs to be there to level it. But I think that we could probably take Teleporting Strike on our front bar eventually. Grim Focus is going to take a slot. This is tough because I kind of want to use Blast Bones. Like, I want to use the Stamina Morph of Blast Bones and weave it in between jabs. I think it would fit well. Maybe. It might fit well. That's major savagery and prophecy. That's so good. Gosh darn it. It wouldn't really hurt to stack it, to be honest. Or wait. Savagery and prophecy. That's Camo Hunter, bro. We could drop Camo Hunter and take Shocking Siphon. Major prophecy and savagery. Am I drunk? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not drunk. Prophecy and savagery. So, we can drop that. We're going to put Boneyard on the front bar for now. Alright, bear with me here. This is like a very complicated puzzle right now because we're planning ahead for the future too. I don't want to waste skill points and slots. So, and there's Brutality and Sorcery from Skeletal Mage, which I don't think I'm too concerned about. So yeah, we'll take Shocking Siphon. That'll end up on the back bar eventually. The damage increase while slotted is really nice, but that'll go like probably on control or whatever. Frozen Colossus, I am going to take and leave that on the back bar out for now because I think what we're going to do is invert them once the other ultimate is morphed. Once Deathstroke is morphed, this will go in the back bar, this will go in the front bar. I think. Depending on... Yeah, because... No, that applies crit chance no matter what as long as one ability is slotted. We had... abilities active. It doesn't necessarily need to go in the front bar. What about the assassin? This increases crit chance rating for each ability slotted. So honestly, assassination on the, or Deathstroke, excuse me, on the front bar would not hurt because that would just give us more crit chance. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to put Blast Bones right there. We're going to leave Boneyard on the back bar. We're going to take Teleporting Strike for fun. Put that on our engagement tool. So R is like my initiation ability. That's going to apply minor vulnerability. We're going to end up morphing Boneyard to provide major breach. We're going to probably replace Wall of Elements at some point with something else. Barbed Trap is going to be our and minor force. This is our major brutality and sorcery. And then Grim Focus will eventually be on the back bar with either whatever these buttons. And then what's the last one? What's the last ability we put on? I have a heal still, right? I do. Like a proper heal. It could be... Oh, Shocking Siphon. Yeah. So Shocking Siphon. We have Boneyard, we have Bones. Them bones. And then Grim Focus. So that's it. So we're just missing two abilities then that are going to end up fitting into our back bar. And I think that's the setup that I'm looking at right now. It's obviously filled with holes. Like, there's for sure things to be refined out, but I think for a start, this is not bad, and it's still going to be fun and entertaining. And we've got an immense amount of skill points left over, which is perfect. So, plenty to slap into passives, considering it takes 2 skill points each. Yeah, and we're leaving out the werewolf thing. So I actually wouldn't mind cleansing this specific build from the werewolf itself. I just don't think it's necessary. When you morph Deathstroke, you can slot Soul Harvest on your back bar and get the ultimate from killing enemies. You're right. Dreammaster, good morning to you. Hello, sir. So, the reason why I thought it would be cool on the front bar is because we actually gain the crit chance rating for each assassination ability slotted. And on the front bar, which is where we're going to spend most of our time, it would be better to have that crit chance rating there. Now, granted, that's only 1.25% chance. But 1.25% chance more. And Gravelord doesn't necessarily give us any additional bonuses for having more abilities slotted on our primary bar. So I do think that Frozen Colossus might be better on the back bar. We're going to have to switch them around to morph them properly anyway. But I think we're decently set up. We're going to take the other morph of Sacrificial Bones. Instead of giving us additional damage over time, we're going to take the actual Blighted Blast Bones that's going to deal crazy damage. We're going to take the Major Breach form of Boneyard. Minor Vulnerability? Oh, that also applies Minor Vulnerability. That's okay. We can exchange this. We don't need to keep teleporting Strike, but I thought maybe it would be fun. And it'll help us level up that skill tree too. Does the beaver know the formula? The formula? No. No, the beaver does not know. Alright. Let's go kill some stuff, bro. Oh, let's go kill some stuff. What are we gonna go kill and where and why? Or we'll know why. Would you go to like a public dungeon? Oh, the pie formula? I couldn't see what that was. It's a very tough emoji to see on my software. It doesn't look like a pie to me. Do I know the pie formula? The formula to find pi, or do I know what pi is? 3.1415935. It is. I think that's right. I don't know where to go. I'm freaking out, dude. Let's just do a dungeon. And Pi, you need to get some rest. No worries, man. It's all good. We can't go too long today anyway. So, you're not going to be missing out a whole lot, Ernesto. But I appreciate you very much, man. I wish you the best. Get some rest, sir.
She is fine shortly. Oscar will be back any moment.
I so badly want to eat these bodies for ultimate gain, but I can't. It's 26535. I was darn close.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing down there? Soggy smacks of your weapons on these drowners make Zaji's skin crawl. Oh, you look busy. Zaji will meet you ahead. We are nearing the rubber yard. Zaji will meet you just ahead.
Eat bodies. Yeah. Yeah, eat Mafio's Nana's body. Every night.
True. That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Just kidding.
Oh,
like my crit chance isn't as high as it should be.
This much effort into your work, you wouldn't have to fear me.
It's gonna take some time to warm up to this.
Or you can work the blade yards instead.
Oh, you bested that ghost! Oh. Ah, I think that cramp is finally going away.
Yeah, why is it only at 38.5? It went down.
The logging camp beyond this gate is now little more than treacherous woods.
Would you eat Simon's body? Only if he was dead. And we were stranded at sea.
Thanks for keeping an eye
I feel like my crit chance should be higher. What am I doing wrong?
Keep up, Zaji, or I'll take you by the scruff.
Zaji can feel that cramp coming in. He will learn from this gentle trail.
Alright, my magic sustain's not amazing either. My crit chance will go up a lot once I get more passives. I think that'll make a difference.
Looks dead now.
Keep getting this dungeon and it makes you cry on your healer, so you need some gear sets, you
Another
think.
trap.
What, are you talking about this
Kill
dungeon?
that damn Spriggan. Hurry and kill the big one.
This dungeon is pretty good, man. It's not tough on normal, but on veteran it does get difficult.
They must be here for Zaji's treasure. We must hurry.
I'm not even using food.
Well, we're
I need to be.
Zaji's map tells him the master shipbuilder's office should be just over the bridge. It still stands.
Dude, that's a ridiculous amount of damage from that one ability though. From my monster set.
Zaji is not often considered overweight, but that proves that otherwise. And we're here. Zaji is still thrown.
On the practice, my cut!
Yeah, I got like staggered for days.
Look! The elves
Fight the trees!
Alright, sacrificial bones can be morphed now. After this dungeon, we're gonna have to just like go through and morph everything now, because this is good. That was kind of the point in doing this.
Come back, you scaly scallywags! You'll take what is rightfully Captain Zodie's.
Scavengers! Ha! Take the lodestones to Dreadsail Reef. I'll make sure these wretches can't follow.
I'd like to see you fly.
It will take more than that playful spark. Zodie can be
Sibling seas, answer me. My blood is the tides. The more you spill, the more shall rise up to fall.
Zodie will deal with these disgusting rats first.
The deep claims the wild. Where they are tamed, you shall crush. You land crawlers do have feet, but you are nothing but slaughterfish among sharks. I am Dreadsail, born of the sea. I cannot be defeated. I am the crashing waves. The sea obeys my command. What force have you brought to match it?
I feel like I'm doing really decent damage. It can't be
We are
bad.
not drowned so easily, fish elf. Oh, he's dead, and his ship is long gone.
Deathstroke can now be morphed. Alright, so I think that did a lot of what I was needing to do right there. That one dungeon. So Gravelord to 24. Let's take any passives. Well, that was a normal dungeon, Rad, and I was fake taking, but you know, yeah. Increases duration. Yeah, see, Gravelord's sacrifice is cool, but I do think blast bonus is what I'm going for here. It's a crazy damage ability. I'm taking deals disease damage, improves your ability significantly if cast with more ultimate. No. Nope. We want the ultimate gen from Soul Harvest. So while slotted on either bar, gain ultimate whenever you kill an enemy. 7 ultimate. That's what we're after. Now I am gonna rotate these just to be able to get the other ultimate morphed. But I think primarily, just for that little bit of extra crit chance, this is gonna stay on the front bar after this is done. Do I want teleport strike morph? Now deals damage in an area. Grant some power and minor berserk. We already have access to minor berserk, right? Yeah. We don't need that. Do it on normal, still have a few pieces of level 40 gear on. Oh my gosh, brother. You gotta get that gear ranked up. Aren't you like way above 160 now? I mean, there's not like there's any real rush to it, but you're gonna be doing a lot better when you get that maxed out. I think Lotus Fan's cool. I am tempted to go back to, like, Toppling Charge. Just because Toppling Charge, not only does it give major protections, but it also taunts enemies, and if I'm fake tanking like that, it'd be nice to actually taunt enemies. That way the enemy, or the bosses aren't just, like, running in circles like they were in that last one. Oh, you just got 50 on the Nightblade. Gotcha, gotcha. My bad, dude. Yeah, there's no rush then. There's nothing wrong with level 40 gear. You'll get there. I mean, this is going to help me level up that tree faster, though. So we'll hold on to that. While a Gravelord ability is active, your pen is increased by 1635. Restores 1,000 magic stamina. Crit chance is increased. Yeah, that's going to help a lot. So, I'll take Lotus Fan for now. That's almost ready to be morphed. And this is going to take a while to get morphed, being on the back bar. So, I think for now, I'm going to trade these. I'm actually going to put this, like, right there, I think. It felt weird on R for some reason. But that's just for morphing purposes, so we'll get that built. And then I think we're good on that. Where do we go to kill stuff? Hi, Gaming. What's up, man? Hello, sir. Let's go to Craglorn, dude. Let's just go murder things. The Spellscar is probably going to be riddled with people, though. How much you would bet there's like 400 people running in this area right now? That's why you wish they had gear score, because it's like, yeah, there's a ton of people here. I don't think it's going to be worth it if there's so many people here. That's why you wish they had gear score, because once you hit 50, you have to upgrade your gear to 160 CP gear, or daily dungeons feel so much harder. Yeah, but I'll tell you this, man, like, once you get to 160, and you start collecting that gear at that level, like, it's not going to ever be the same for you. Like, you'll have no issue whatsoever. Well, not no issue. Like, the game is still difficult in certain circumstances, especially in veteran content, but, like, I think you're gonna be fine, dude. It just takes a while to get to 160, that's all. I feel like these need to be reversed. Thank you for interrupting, sir. Alright, this ain't gonna work. I need somewhere where there's not a million people interrupting. I just want to, like, play with the abilities and figure out how it feels and what to do. Just relaxing. Stream's going good, man. Stream's going fantastic, dude. Thank you for asking. Yeah, unfortunately, we only have, like, about an hour till I gotta go to work.
Careful.
But,
I erect the spine of warning.
we're gonna try to make do. We're gonna get the most out of this. Skyreach? Skyreach Catacombs. Let's try that. Should be able to solo this. I don't see why not. It might be set to veteran. You think Skyreach is OP, Quince? I think so too. I don't know if it counts as like its own separate instance though. I think it does. Like, I'm pretty sure other people can't join you there.
Torch it!
I feel good about the numbers I'm seeing, though. I'm not even getting fully buffed. I know it's just Cragworm. My crit chance needs to go up, bro. Yeah, I feel good about those numbers.
Enjoy your last moment. Or don't. I don't care.
More rounds! To the side!
Ready to fire!
Okay. Is this ready? I need, what is this? Killer's Blade? Increases... No? I think I need this. Killer's Blade. I just need this to be morphed too. It feels weird the way it's set up, but it's kind of gotta be on the front bar. I actually don't know how to get into this place. Is it down here? We're okay. It's fine.
Akatosh be my resolve. Stand up.
Might as well just pick this up. Let's run through the whole thing. Why not? Look at all these friggin' people, dog. Oh my gosh. I think it's its own like separate instance. All right.
More guests. Welcome.
You know what set would feel good is the one that increases or sorry, that pulls enemies together. I keep getting stunned. This is crazy good XP here too. Pope, the update's crazy. I would love a cleanse. Because this is really obnoxious. Ah! Get away from me. This is stupid slows, bro. Alright, I'm starting to get a little bit of a flow down, but it's still going to continue to shift. Is it just me, or is this a little crazy? For being like a half-baked build that's not even fully set up and I don't have a good grip on, and it's definitely not geared towards like some sort of mid-max, like is this not just a lot of numbers happening?
Get him.
You're gonna make a Plar Warden Nightblade combo? The Warden was definitely something I wanted. I'm not running Warden abilities. That's my companion doing that. Because he's got ice and stuff happening around. But the Warden is a cool idea. I just, man, oh day. The Templar feel good. Templar, dude, this feels good. Like, I'm enjoying this. And there's just so much room for so many more things. Like, I would love a single target damage over time type build that's like Necro. The Warden could work with it. Necro Warden, what's his face? The Dragon Knight. Yeah, he's not gonna die fair, apparently. Oh, he's got 500,000 health. I'm stuck in everything! It's just so much stuff. It's just so much, dude. I like this. I'm having too much fun. Man, taking off work sounds so nice. But I can't do it. I can't. That's just not gonna happen. Look, it's just gonna feel even better to play tomorrow again. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. It's just gonna like only become more enjoyable the more time we spend away from it. I just want to play it so bad. This is so good, dude. This is what the game's been needing. Deals disease damage. Deals more damage with each smash and always applies disease status effect. Or increases the duration of the major vulnerability, but it's only by 5 seconds. 5 seconds can be a lot, man. Ask your wife. Ask your girlfriend. 5 seconds, man. Sometimes that's all it takes. And it stuns, too. I don't know if the increased damage is that much of an increase. I think we're going to take Glacial. But now we can swap these again. Now we can morph this. Major Breach. Oh, but you can use your own synergy. But I'd need the Major Breach. So this is going to go back there. Blast Bone stays right there. A lot can happen in 5. That's what I'm saying, dude. 5 seconds can be a really big deal. This... I'm pretty tempted to just drop this. Now, it is an additional 1 point something. What is it? What did it end up being? It's an additional 1.25% crit chance for having that on the bar. But I think I'd feel better if I dropped it and ran Toppling Charge. Especially since Toppling Charge provides major protections. I'm always using Biting Jabs. It's not like I need Toppling Charge to, like, activate Minor Berserk and Minor Protections. But the minor vulnerability is coming from Unnerving Boneyard. So I don't necessarily need them both. Now, granted, this is AoE. I gotta pee. Gosh darn it, dude. I'll tell you what. We're gonna take the mount speed. We're gonna drop Master Gatherer. We're gonna take the mount speed. We're going to continue to use Reaving Blows, because Reaving Blows is amazing right now. We're doing pretty much, like 99% of what we're doing is all direct damage. We absolutely keep Master at Arms. That's our direct damage. Area of Effect is very strong for us. That's not going to affect our execute, but that affects literally everything else. Can get Breach on the Nightblade skill you have. Yeah, but I kind of want it in an AoE. I know you're totally right about that. But the Boneyard ability is very good too. And the thing about the Boneyard abilities is that you get a pretty significant bonus while your Boneyard abilities are active to your penetration and to your crit chance to low health enemies. So I feel like Boneyard, even though we should literally always have a Blast Bones active, I think it's a safety. It's like a little net to catch you in case you know, get caught slipping on your blast bones. I think we definitely keep Wrathful Strikes. I think I feel good about where we're at here with this tree. So where do the rest of these points go? They are gonna go here, I think. 100 weapon and spell damage to your martial attacks. We absolutely need the recoveries. I love the speed. We got the recoveries. Sure. Throw that there. Block. Reduces bash. Let's take that and then go over here next. Morphed can provide Major Berserk after a kill. Do I thought I had access to Major Berserk. Hold on a second. I know I have Minor Berserk. And there's Minor Savagery. There's Minor Berserk. What is it that provides Major Berserk? After getting a kill. Is it Mark Target? That's the one. You're talking about Mark Target. Yeah, this is very good for single target. $50 meters. Wow, I didn't realize that was such a ridiculous target. We're just gonna start running out of room on our bar. So, I feel really good about where this is right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna save this to our armory. We're gonna save it over top of the 1 bar. Because this has just become irrelevant now. Like, we play subclassing. There's no other options about it. So, boom. I'm gonna rename it. Stam Crow Plar Blade. Sure. Wait, can I put capitals in the middle of that? Stam Crow Plar Blade. Yeah, sure. Let me use the restroom quick, and we're going to continue to mess around with this. I'll be right back. Alright. So Major Berserk does sound very nice after getting a kill. if I feel like we do not necessarily need an engagement tool, then we can drop that entirely and just go with mark target, and I think that would be a good move. The major breach that comes from it might not be necessary, so this is for a single target major breach. I think I'd much prefer it to be AoE major breach. So with that being said, we're gonna keep the necro ability up, and especially keep it on major breach. I think to fix this, we gotta go in here and here. We were on veteran, bro? I don't know if this actually consists of like a veteran world. I don't know how this works. I'm pretty sure if you just like walk out. Yeah. I think that's how this works. It should have reset enemies. It didn't. A day what? What'd I do? I'm pretty sure if you just like go to veteran then to normal, it resets this. Maybe I need to drop the quest. I'm also gonna drop this. Okay, it didn't give me like a prompt in here. What have I done wrong? Maybe I need to pick the quest back up. We're gonna probably need to change our characters' cosmetics too. Right? Let's just hit it with one of these again. Just in case. We're gonna need to go with something like half and half. We need to go... I don't know how to make this work, actually. I like the way our character looks now, but... What the heck? I don't know how to make this work. Maybe we have to finish the quest. I mean, I've killed everything in here, right? This boss fight, I think, takes an eternity to complete.
Please enjoy my collection. The fallen keys are among my prized.
Hello? See, this is what I'm talking about. Is it this guy? His little, his torch lit up. I'm pretty sure I'm trapped in here until we're done with this. Maybe we gotta test this on a world boss. I know my sustain's not good. Like, the real only the... Excuse me? Dude, I'm having a hard time talking, bro. I'm overwhelmed with the love of this game right now. Realistically, the only way we're gonna be able to sustain properly is by using potions. And killing mass amounts of enemies. I have no issue sustaining with mass amounts of enemies. I'd love to eat these bodies, but I can't. I have nothing to eat with. I'd have to take another skill tree, and that's just... It's tough. Man, it's tough to freaking make this happen. There's just so much that you want, and so little that you can have. Ah, dang, bro. I didn't even see how much health he had. But I do feel like that was a lot of damage very quickly. And it's not even the full combination, which is the insane part about it. We're still missing 2 abilities. One that's going to provide a buff that's going to give us 20% additional weapon and spell damage. Or is it crit chance? It's going to be crit chance, 20%. Well, that, you don't have to... Hey, what are you doing? There's one thing I really don't enjoy about having a companion is that happens all the time. Especially with like groups of enemies where you're trying to like pull larger groups together. And it just like, there's always a couple that decide that they're going to go the other way. It's really annoying. I wish there was a way to like make your companion just invisible. Okay, see, he doesn't go anywhere. Man, Major Berserk. I wonder if we could get Major Berserk in another way, too. We could do another daily dungeon on this character. I did not do dailies on the other characters today, but that's okay. What am I thinking here? What else could we get a hold of? We could have access to Major Berserk. We don't have access to Minor Slayer. Ugh. Blade, very fun. You're enjoying it? Good, dude. I don't know if even the Necro is the best complementary class to it, dude. Like, I think the Templar and the Nightblade go very well together. Yeah, connecting with jabs just feels very fluid. It does. It does. That's one thing that I was worried about when they launched it. I was like, I wonder if they'll refine the oh, the Beatles. Wait, what? What? The Beatles, like, from the Warden. Oh. Forgot about that ability. It's an interesting idea. Let's go this way just to make sure I don't miss anything. We'll complete this quest and then, I don't know. There's just so many choices, man. I want every class. I want 4 bars. That's what I want. I want to be able to swap between 4 different, like, front, second, and back second. It's like second breakfast for dwarves, but for gaming addicts. Wowzers. I almost want to take it back to the target dummy. Just to have like an infinite amount of health to play around with.
Should have been more prepared.
Gosh, it would feel so good to suck up the ultimate from those bodies, but you just don't need the ultimate, to be honest. Like, I already have Colossus stacked. I think, like, strictly ultimate generating builds are gonna be through the roof right now. Especially for, like, healers and stuff. Like, if you went Necro, Nightblade, well, maybe not Nightblade. Nightblade does have some good ultimate generation, but maybe not so much directed towards a healer. There's just so many opportunities.
Delivering your soul into my waiting hands. Join me in the depths, and I will teach you to
To begin the engagement, oh my gosh. Beginning the engagement takes a second to get the wind-up going, but once you get the wind-up going, oops, it's very, very strong. Like, the amount of potential burst, I think PvP is going to be outrageous, dude. I can't even begin to comprehend what it's going to be like. The bear is a bit awkward. See?
You should have run.
The bear is a bit awkward. I could definitely do something to improve that. I like that the bear only launches when I use my jabs, but enemies are dying so fast that I don't even get to really see the bear proc.
Summoning protection!
Nightblade gains even more ultimate for using potions now. They increased that? Was that necessary? Like, I'm not getting a chance to use my execute. I'm not getting a chance to use... Like, things are dying so fast. I know this is still technically overworld, but I feel like Kraglorn scaled up a reasonable amount. went from 15 to 30%. That's outrageous, dude. That moment when you have your safe hiding spot and the ghost spawns in your face. Yeah. Wait, are you playing Phasmophobia, Pope? Is that what you're doing? I'm having fun. Unfortunately, it's 10 after 6, though. If I could get something that would increase my movement speed. I do think that dual wield would be, like, cleaner for your genuine engagement, but for dragging enemies around, the bow feels better. Oh, thought it was an enemy. Alright. We got like... Gosh dang it, bro. I'm an addict. I can't stop. I want to keep going so bad. But we only have like 20 minutes. I hate it. I hate counting down the time like this.
I forgot to mention, the Needs warded this door, using their curious brands. Allow me to remind you.
Everything does feel very fluid and clean. It's a big deal.
Foolish mortals, you
are my trees looking? Oops. We got marked target unlocked. I could chuck this one just to morph it. See that? Oh my gosh, that's under 20%. Or by 20%. So it increases your critical strike chance by 20% with a Gravelord ability slotted. Which is both bars. To enemies that are under 20, or sorry, under 33% health. So we're still waiting on Shocking Siphon for an additional 20. It's not 20% crit chance. I don't know why I said 20% earlier. It's what was it? 300 and was it 219.3? I think was our number. 26, 29 divided by 219.3. So that's almost 12%. It's 11.98% crit chance. Dude, I'm having so much freaking fun, man. You know what, dude? They did a good job. They really did. I know that this is, like, technically stuff that's already in the game. But to allow the player base to have access to something even close to what subclassing is such a big deal, I think. Especially for players that have been around for so long. You know, for new players, it's just probably confusing, I would imagine. But it's not really meant to be an early game concept either. So I love it, dude. I think this is huge. Alright. Let's squeeze out a daily dungeon. Just a random normal, just to, like, get it out of the way. Oops. And then I think we're probably gonna have to wrap it up. Actually, we're definitely gonna have to wrap it up. Easy, Dark Shade 2. We'll fly through this bad boy. And unfortunately, we will have to revisit it tomorrow. But this is gonna be just infinite fun forever and ever.
Over here, they appear to be in some sort of catatonic state. Something's wrong here.
What's going on here?
Line it up!
That was weird. Something feels weird about this dungeon.
Look at them. Someone's going to have to fight through that. Something has altered these corners. I've never seen anything like it. There's a trespass mind.
It feels good. 2 jabs with what light attacks weaved in between blast bones is not bad at all. And you have like enough time to cast Blast Bones and then use your like your ultimate from the Knife Blade to increase damage done by 20%. Oh, that's so good. Where are we going? Why did we jump off the cliff? There's so much stuff to kill. I died 5 minutes ago? What just happened? Okay. I guess we'll wait. I don't know what happened. I want to be there for when it falls. I want to do damage. Teammates. Would have killed it. It would have been dead first round. What are they doing? There's some crappy teammates. What? Oh my gosh.
What did I ever do to
That's
that
amazing.
I think the engine is the cause of what we witnessed here.
Yeah, they're skipping all that. I don't understand it. Yeah, I guess they're just trying to get their daily done and out of the way, but that's fun. But they take this. What I think I'd like to do is run through this dungeon solo. Pull everything and just do the do. Alright. This is about it, right? This will test our single target. I don't think our single target's that bad either, dude. Our AoE's phenomenal. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun to run through that one on solo. Just to test out and see, like, how I really feel about it. I think it, honestly, doing solo group dungeons like that on, at least on normal, is a good way to feel out at least the AoE potential, because some of those early game dungeons have some insane stuff. You sure you can't skip work? Yeah, I can't. I literally just started my new job last week. Like, this is only my second week on. If I start calling off, we're gonna have a problem, and your boy's not gonna have a job, and then there's not gonna be any internet, or electric, or apartment, or computer, and I won't be able to stream. So, it's best we just take some time to get in the flow of things. This weekend, we're absolutely cranking out like 12+ hour streams, 100%, like no exceptions. So unfortunately, that is gonna have to be it. I should probably go like right now. I need to go like right now. So guys, I want to thank you all very much for hanging out, for real. I'm in love with this friggin' update. I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much, and if you're not playing, what are you doing? But Discord, there is a link to that Discord down below. If you'd like to join it, you're more than welcome. There's all sorts of good stuff in there. I will be getting you guys a consistent, updated schedule post on both Discord, YouTube, and Twitch. All three of those will have a schedule posted very soon, because the schedule's been kind of jacked lately. So, very slowly becoming a little bit more consistent and understanding where I've got to get it. Other than that, subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that kind of stuff greatly, and I appreciate you all to the end of the freaking days. You guys are freaking sick. I love every single one of you to forever and ever, man. You guys are so cool. I hope to catch you for more of this. Rad, good night to you, man, and thank you. I'll have fun. Honestly, the job is so much better than my last one. I'm significantly happier now than I was like a month ago. So, hell yeah, dude. Popesters, good night to you. Quincy, everybody in between. Take it easy, guys. Be safe out there and have a good one. Bye.
It's hard to leave.